Oh shit, we're live. That's embarrassing. I was just doing some reading. Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
And I'm Gracie Canaan.
Gracie Canaan, how you doing? Nice to meet you.
Great. Lovely to finally meet you, Keith.
Gracie is new to Keith and the Girl, but as always, I don't have on fucking dinks. Okay, you're gonna enjoy what's going on. My day's going well so far. I just had a big fat carnitas taco with cilantro, lime sour cream. I'm on my second day in a row with Wordle getting it in two. Things are just coming out roses. Yeah, yeah. How's it there?
I didn't do it today.
Well,
I didn't do Wordle today. The most I make it is like a 5 day streak. What's your longest streak?
I feel like I didn't get it not too long ago. It was some bullshit. You know, sometimes they use like hieroglyphics or something. I don't know. Like sometimes it's
It's
like
just
that
all
is.
emojis. You're like,
I
what word is four H's? This is
I
crazy.
I think I lost the streak last time with kefir, Kefir.
Oh God.
Like
That's
fuck
like the
off.
thing, like the yogurt that you drink.
Yeah, yeah. That
That's
everybody acts
bullshit.
like they knew their whole life now. I'm like,
Yeah,
really
for
interesting.
sure.
They're
Yeah,
shoving
yeah,
into
yeah, yeah.
conversations. Get the fuck out of here. But
Ridiculous.
I am doing well. I don't know if you saw this thing going viral, but you've seen things like it before. A tennis player was signing a hat for a kid in the front row of the stands, and an older gentleman grabbed the hat, put it in his bag. So blatant, so obvious. The internet figured out who he is, of course, and he was put on blast. And he's making this weird non-apology that I'll read to you in a second. But man, I love that stuff. He takes it. I forget if he gave it to his wife and his wife put it in the bag or he quickly shoved it in the bag. But you know he
Oh.
wasn't like looking at it like comfortably, like this is kind of cool. Let me appreciate it for 2 seconds that I was given this. You knew you stole it. You put it in your bag like nobody can go in your bag. What a piece of dog shit. Happens to be a millionaire. I don't know if that's related.
Oh my God, that's completely related. It's
Yeah.
he's like a child where it's just like, give me a toy.
Piotr Szczrek, Szczerek, the man who has attracted fury online after he stole a U.S. Open player's hat meant for a young fan, has issued a groveling apology. Says this paper. Internet sleuths unmasked the millionaire businessman behind Polish paving company Drogbrock, Drogbruk, in recent days after a viral video showed him swiping the memento intended for a child known as Brock by tennis star Kamil Majrak. So we'll assume these are all real words. So that's funny. Like he thought he could just steal this hat, go back home to Poland, be like, look at this fucking hat I got. I work in the tennis business over here in Poland too. People be impressed. They didn't know that people got so upset it became worldwide, and he's known as the most hated person in the world right now.
Well, if we've learned anything from 2025, it's that nothing you do in a stadium is kept under wraps.
Right,
So if you
right.
guys are going to do a stunt, whether it's cheating or cheating in a different sense, stealing someone's hat. Also, you know what's funny, Keith, is my first thought was I bet that guy's Eastern European, even though I know Poland is,
See,
but it's
look
like
at that.
I was like, I bet that guy is hardened and European and just like I did not grow up with cold showers, therefore I'm gonna take this hat from Brock.
You know what's funny to me is that when we did the mic check, we realized your mic doesn't work, but you insist on holding it. And I wonder if that's a security blanket or as a comic, you're
Well, it's
just
hooked
not
up,
used
it's
to
hooked
being
up to
without it.
this.
Oh, it is hooked up to that.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
you're not gonna get the quality that we're, but yeah, it is really funny
Okay.
because now I do like I'm temporarily developing a podcast and I'm like the co-host and stuff, and we'll have these 2 hour interviews with guests. And I have a stand, but I don't even use it.
Right.
It is like a comic thing,
Would
which
you, if
probably
you
means my yeah.
Would you ever do a headset like as a comic, or do you think you need to hold the microphone?
A headset on stage or a headset
Yeah,
on a
a
podcast.
headset on stage with like the microphone, like Madonna or something.
Yeah,
Ricky Gervais does that.
I'm not opposed to it. I do feel like I would have to have a good justification. Like if I'm incorporating dance or
Props.
some kind of, yeah,
Do you dance?
I poorly, very poorly.
Do you
I
try to shove
really,
it into stand like Benson Boone needs to throw in his backflips when he sings? Do you find excuses
here's
to throw in dancing?
quick thing. Here's one of the things you should know about me, Keith, is I live under a rock. Like I am not going to get so many cultural references, even comedian references. I
Okay.
don't know what it is. It's so I'm looking forward to this as an education. Brunson Brock.
It doesn't matter. He only the
Okay.
best song in the world this year.
Okay.
But Mateo Lane, that's a comic. He knows how to legit sing,
Oh,
so he
yes.
keeps throwing in singing into his jokes. I think he's like,
He's
how
an
do I
opera singer. He's a
sing?
trained opera
Yeah,
singer.
so he found a way to make a joke around that so he can deliberately sing on stage. It's good. It's just funny. I just wonder if, like, do you start
Yeah.
thinking, how do I put dancing into a skit?
Well, I don't really have any other skill. First of all, second shameless secondary plug is the other person that does that, Dylan Adler and his twin
Yes.
brother, whose name escapes me right now.
Right.
And shameless plug, we're going to be on the same show on October 14th at Littlefield. So it's
Okay.
going to be a very fun, it's a biracial themed show, which I think this is the last five
Hmm.
years that we can use that as like
Right.
an identifier.
Right. Before your band. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really have any special skills. I guess we can talk about it. The only kind of dancing I've ever done successfully is lap dancing, because I have worked at a stripper at a club on and off. But that's less coordination and more eye contact.
You can just grind. If you wanted to get away
Yeah,
with it, you could just grind, quite
you
frankly.
can grind and you can, all you have to do in that situation is no sudden movements.
That,
No, don't try anything fancy,
yeah,
just
don't scare
slow
me.
motion.
Yeah.
Totally. Like don't start like popping and locking it or
Yeah,
try to
no.
do any gymnastics. Just slow and steady, baby.
Yeah, I'm trying to grow a boner over here. Well, what am I?
Yeah, I'm
This
trying.
isn't Cirque du Soleil. I'm wearing
I like
sweatpants.
it. Yeah. You're a sweatpants
We'll
strippers
get to that.
guy.
We'll get to all
Fucking
that.
classy, Keith.
We'll get to all that. So this guy being caught stealing the hat, I made a grave mistake. In the midst of emotion, amidst the crowd celebration after the victory, I was convinced that the tennis player was passing the cap to me for my sons who had
Oh,
previously asked for autographs. This is so blatant. There was no way. In fact, my girlfriend told me about this thing going viral, and it wasn't until
congrats.
later that day that I saw it. I'm like, I couldn't even imagine it was this blatant and rude, and like steals it from the kid, almost looks at the kid like, got it, and then
Should I watch it
shoves it
right
in
now?
his bag. I'll watch it later, but just
Okay,
know
okay.
that I'm not exaggerating. And there's
Yeah.
no way this is an accident and he just got lost in the handoff. This mistaken belief caused me to instinctively reach out. Today, I know that I did something that looked like I deliberately took a souvenir from a child. You did! I think
If
everybody's
it walks
confused.
like a
Like,
duck.
right, why could the president of the United States get away with this and nobody else can? Why can't we just make up shit even if you saw it? It's like, I don't know. There's some kind of, because he's American, President Trump, and he has a level of white privilege that nobody could seem to figure out. So,
Orange
no, you don't
privilege.
get to say and do the exact things he does, and I don't know why either. Today, I know what I did looked like I did it. It wasn't my intention, but that doesn't change the fact that I hurt the boy and disappointed the fans. Even the kid ended up looking at the man who stole the hat and said, quote, what are you doing? So you heard that. The cameras heard that. So then you go, wait, oh, was that for you? No, he was smug and then did that thing where, like, if I don't make eye contact with anybody, that
Yeah.
then I guess nobody can say anything.
Yeah, if I don't move, he's like a dog where it's like if I
Yes.
don't move, they won't see me.
Right.
And it's like, how are you a millionaire, you fucking idiot?
He's the dude, for those who know, he's the dude in Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, I'm moving so slow, you can't see me. For
Totally.
for years, but that reference you know, interesting. For
Yeah.
years, my wife and I have been involved in helping children and young athletes, but this situation is so. Now listen to this. God, I hate this guy even more. For years, my wife and I have been involved in helping children and young athletes,
Shut
but
up.
this situation has shown me that one moment of inattention can undo years of work and support. I'm so fucking. This is like Jesse Smollett when he said, "Hey guys, whether you think I have flaws or I'm a brilliant
Oh,
fucking
I
actor, I
forgot
was
about
not there
that.
that day." Yeah. This is a painful but necessary lesson in humility for me. No one gets what you learned. So what's the lesson? People are ungrateful for all the great works you did if something could be misunderstood of something you did. Like somehow your lesson is that we're a piece of shits for judging so fast because you're
Right.
obviously a great man who helps children.
Your lesson is be shitty if you don't get caught.
Right. Therefore, I will be even more actively involved. How can you be even more anything? I will try to grab hats less. Whenever somebody hands a hat,
I will grab different hats.
I'll say, "Are you sure that's for me?" Therefore, I will. Also, I'll remember I'm a millionaire and I can find a different way to get a hat. Therefore, I will be even more actively involved in initiatives supporting children and young people. What? And in actions against violence and hate. I've always been fighting violence and hate against children, but now I'm going to actively do it even more because you guys could misunderstand how great I am, and that's humbling for me. With that said, I apologize.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
I don't know if you already covered this, but it seems crucial.
Uh-huh.
Did he give the hat back?
I believe that only through actions can I rebuild lost trust. He was standing next to the boy, reached out, grabbed the autographed hat, stuffed it in his bag. I'll let you know. Um, it doesn't say that he gave it back, but the tennis player did hear the story, reached out to the kid the next day, was able to meet up with him somehow, and gave him a whole bag of swag. It'd be funny if the millionaire ran by and just grabbed it. Thanks. Puts it in a bigger bag.
Ah, shit! It's a compulsion. I'm going to Hats Anonymous. Yeah.
Let's see here. The tennis player was reunited with Brock in Flushing Meadows the other day. Took a picture with him, all that, and sent out a tweet or whatever. "Hello, world. Together with Brock, we wish you a great day." And then he ended up playing tennis and he lost and he got kicked out of the tournament. Yes, because he's got to be in his fucking head.
Yeah. He's like, how can my head be in the game when I'm responsible for children's tears?
Yeah, he's got to make out with like Zendaya and another dude or something. I never saw the documentary, but yeah, he has to fucking focus on the game. Now, the millionaire with the hat is like, oh, he's out of the tournament. Well, this isn't worth anything. He throws it right in the garbage.
That's fucking.
Nobody gets
what
the
this is a
hat.
good example of, and I know you probably have. I'm not going to linger too long on it,
Please.
But because you have more news stories to get through. But this is a perfect.
Now this is a whole hour. This guy, I hate him.
I could. This could be ammo. Honestly, this is a perfect example of who you are in the macro and who you are in the micro, right? And I do believe that everyone is partial to one or the other, right? It's like, are you, maybe you're like an asshole on social media, or you're not doing X, Y, and Z, but like you're really good to people that you pass in the street, or vice versa. You're like, look at what a good person I am, and look at this foundation, but I'm also literally going to steal from a child. Right. So it's like, I feel like everyone has those proportions in them, and this is a perfect example.
That's what he's trying to make us think. Don't fall for it. We all fall short sometimes.
On both.
Yeah. That doesn't seem like a great guy. And then now another thing went viral where a guy stole the ball from like a 70-year-old man, like a younger dude, maybe my age, stole it from like a 70-year-old dude, just took the ball and then just doesn't look around like, but smiles like, I have the ball. Like, why would anybody want to, like, who are you going to show the ball to? And then you're viral.
How old is the person that stole the ball?
He looks to me like 50. Like a 50-year-old guy stole it from like a 70-year-old guy. Like, that's my ball now. Those are the rules. And then what? And like, are you like, oh, fuck, I was on camera? If the ball goes in the stands, there is a camera on you. And now I'm going to show this to my friend or try to get laid and go, see this ball? Yeah, I saw you in that fucking ball, you dink.
Can I suck your dick? That's what I would say. If I saw someone stealing a ball from the US Open, I'd be like, these seem selfish. I can't wait to not come with you. Let's go. Damn, dude. What are men okay? Are they like talk to them? What's happening?
Right? Do they do? I got the ball. I know how you got the ball. I got the hat. I know how you got the hat.
It's like men are to free things at sports events how women are to catching the bouquet.
Yes.
Yeah, that must be it. Maybe they think if I catch the ball, I will make the US Open next year. I will be a professional athlete.
The good news is I'll be in the game. The bad news is, do I have to practice now? I have the ticket. Oh, well.
I don't tell you.
It has something to do with who the boss is, whether it's a boss at a restaurant that I'd have or the boss of the United States of America. Trump is empowering assholes. And here's an exciting news story. Speaking about the difference between sexes, President Donald Trump has revoked selective service protection for former Vice President Kamala Harris. For the record, that is not normal. that is, of course, it's petty. Of course, it's because she said, "Don't vote for Trump. Putin will eat Trump for lunch." And she's like, "Yeah, well, I'll eat." He goes, "I'll eat you for lunch." And so he cancels her as she's going to go on a book tour, her Secret Service protection to keep just to keep things in mind. Dick Cheney still has his Secret Service
Yeah,
protection when he left office in 2009 till today, 2025.
sure.
Just a little reminder. This isn't par for the course. It's petty shit.
No, of course. That's he's queen of pettiness. And it's
Right.
like, how do you even have time? How do you have the mental space? I'm not in charge of anything. And for me to
Right.
even send a controversial text, I'm like, well, how do I want to? He
Right.
like he's like a black hole where like the more like the gravity, the pettiness has inverted and it's only
Right.
getting like stronger and stronger and stronger. Like
Well,
I think there's something inhuman about him.
here's who he is protecting. Of course, there was the January 6th insurrection. I don't know if you saw that live, but it was fucking shocking to me. It's on every channel, of course, and I'm flipping around. It's even on Fox News, and they're disgusted by this insurrection. Rightly so. And it has
Mhm.
to be live. They can't spin it. It's fucking live. Everybody's
Yeah,
doing it live. You have to do it live too. And you have to see the people climbing up the building, falling off the building, being violent, hitting cops, all this shit. And
being
then they wait
violent.
till later and say, no, it was more like an unguided tour. It's like, motherfucker, you couldn't hide the fuck. Like, even when Fox News was doing Black Lives Matter marches and they would show cops just knocking innocent people the fuck over, I'm like, you can't even hide that because it is live. Then you just find a way to fucking spin it later. So, anyway, we saw all this shit on January 6th. The one woman, Ashli Babbit, was shot and
Mhm.
killed on January 6th. She's one of these people that were rioting. And Ashli Babbit, the Air Force veteran and pro-Trump rioter who was shot and killed on January 6th after breaching a sensitive area of the U.S. Capitol, will now receive military funeral honors. What does that mean at the end of the day? I don't know, but I don't like it. I don't like it.
No.
You are a bad fucking dude,
Yeah,
Ashley.
you're encouraging this type of like you're condoning this type of behavior.
Yeah.
Encouraging it is like that's putting
Yeah.
it so mildly. But
Matthew
it
Lohmeyer, Undersecretary of the Air Force, also invited Babbitt's family to come to the Pentagon so he could personally offer his condolences. I'm so sorry that they had to take out guns and start protecting people in Congress, and your poor your poor daughter got caught in the mix. That's horrible.
right, like I'm so sorry that she was basically there because I wanted her to be there. Like I told
Right.
all of these people. It's you're voting anytime you uplift something, like anytime you uplift an event into the visible sphere, you are voting on its importance and you are voting on its priority. And
Hmm.
so I think that's what's upsetting. It's obviously it's tragedy that this woman died. I mean, it's upsetting and
I didn't lose sleep, but yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah. Oh,
you know
horrible,
what I mean? Like
horrible.
objectively life, okay. But it's like to uphold that ahead of so many other things that are
Right,
happening of like people being killed by ICE and people being killed in like by the police and stuff. It's
right.
just like it's not shocking at all. It reminds me of like did you see Death of Stalin? I can't
No.
remember. It's the same director as Veep, but it's
Okay.
basically like he just has such a great take on like the absurdism of politics and how we kind of all think it's House of Cards and that intensity or Game
Hmm.
of Thrones and really it's like Veep or Death of Stalin. It's
Okay.
all just
Oh, I did
like
see Death of Stalin. It was hilarious. Yeah.
it's all just absurd and like there is no plan and the fact a perfect example of that is them saying this is an unguided tour in front of footage where people are scaling
Yes.
buildings. Like that is like Robert Altman Nashville level of absurd
Right.
satire. It's crazy.
I reached over the ropes and I touched the Liberty Bell. I got in more trouble than these fucking assholes did. You know?
You better get a military funeral.
Right. Military honors typically include a uniform detail at the funeral, the playing of taps, and the folding and presentation of a U.S. flag. These honors have been previously denied under the Biden administration. In May, the Trump administration also agreed, sure, why not? It's not your money, to pay her family nearly $5 million to settle a wrongful death lawsuit. The officer involved in Babbitt's shooting death during the insurrection was cleared of any criminal wrongdoing, as he should be. Yeah,
I mean, what do you even have to say
it
about
makes a
that?
statement, and I don't like it. Did you see the other day though? It did seem to be trending that perhaps the president of the United States did in fact die, and people were getting more excited than normal. It seemed.
Which people?
People, I would have to assume the Democrats,
Right, right.
but
But even people are like, that's what I'm saying is I think people who voted for Trump, a lot of people who are voting for Trump are now less and less
yes,
on the Trump
true.
train. And now it's like, I feel like I used to see people or like secondhand interact with Trump supporters. And now they're kind of like pangolins to me,
How do
those
you
like
mean?
rare animals
Right.
where
Oh
I'm
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
I know you guys exist, but if I saw one of you in person, I'd be like, you look fucking crazy. Like they're almost now like a mythical creature to me.
The ones that are saying, "Hey, what's up with Trump?"
No, 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 the ones that are still loyal to
Oh
Trump.
yes,
Like
okay,
I feel like I've gone back to the 2016 bubble where I'm
right.
like, actually, how do you guys exist?
Where were you born?
Like, when was I born?
Where? Where?
California.
Okay, in a liberal place.
Very, yeah. My parents are extremely liberal. This is one of my favorite fun facts, is especially during Trump's first administration, during the Russia investigation. My dad watched MSNBC so constantly that the logo of MSNBC was burnt
Oh
into the
wow.
TV. It's so funny. And every morning he'd come down, like I would go stay with him and he'd have his sweats and his little like world's best grandfather mug
Right,
and his hat, and he would just be like, I'm gonna crack this wide fucking open. Like it's
right.
all
So you
um
never had to worry about family members or even people close to you being MAGA, have
I
you?
have some cousins who are
Mm.
on my dad's side. Like my mom is Indian and my dad's white, so I have some like people,
Oh,
but
biracial. I see.
yeah, I know. Crazy. Insert joke about how I know I look like a Puerto Rican lesbian or whatever.
Right.
So yeah, I have interacted with my cousins who are
Do
Trump
they know better?
supporters.
Do they know better than to start a conversation with you, or do they
So
try?
I have two camps. One are Mormon. So there's a different belief there. Like I'm not I can have a conversation with people that are like 2 degrees away from me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I think I can like or I can kind of humor it because my Mormon cousins are like very sweet and like half of them have left the church. Sorry, this is very elaborate. Half
Good.
of them they did vote for Trump because like of abortion. And I'm not excusing that at all, but they
Right.
like all love each other as a family and they can still talk about things. And I'm like, damn, that's cool. And then I kind of have another faction of cousins, and they're just like kind of like
Right.
just dumb MAGA people. I mean, I don't mean to say dumb MAGA people, but like they'll come at me for no reason. And like when I didn't bring anything up, and then I'll kind of like diffuse it. I'm like,
Right.
hey, buddy, we're all good. How's your mom? Like, but it's very,
My
yeah.
mom's super. I'm proud of her for this, and maybe she can hear me in heaven now. But at the time, she was she knew Trump was bad news, but nothing was bigger or more important than pro-life. But she
Mm.
knew Trump was so bad. She's like, you know what? I'm gonna vote for Hillary Clinton, but I'm gonna write her a letter, and it's gonna say, "Hey, what if you were aborted? And how would that make you feel?" I'm like, "All
I
right,
don't
what?
know
Either
why,
way,
but
we
it's
get you,
making me
mom."
tear up.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's oh my God, do you
I
see this?
I
I
talked to her
am
woman to woman and explained life is precious because you think your life is precious. So please, let's look into this, Hillary.
I
And I'm
would
like,
have been
as
fine
long as you
being
vote,
aborted.
you what?
For the record, I think all of us would have been fine being aborted because we wouldn't have
I don't
known.
think I'd be complaining.
I don't I wouldn't be doing anything.
Right.
I'd be fucking chilling. I wouldn't know any
Sure.
better. What would I have to compare it to? Be a little speck of dust and be like, I would love to grocery shop right now. That's really sweet. That's so like earnest, and I really think we need more of that energy. Like even
But
if you see eye to eye, it's clear that it's like Trump has no values. So if you're voting for
right.
him because you want to keep your wealth and you don't want immigrants in here, I almost like get that more than if you're like, no, I want to vote for him because he's pro-life. I'm like, do you know how many abortions he's probably funded?
Sure, of course.
Like,
Of
Okay.
course. Of course.
Oh shit, we know. No hot takes here from me.
Here, let me see if I can make you cry. Here's a story about
Mm.
my mom. So when she was alive, of course, she when we were kids, she would we'd play Atari and try to get her to play. And finally we did. And she was playing Dig Dug. But she was so good at it, we never got the controllers back. We're like, why'd we invite you? You know, she's stuck on this one life for like 2 hours. Anyway, so she passes away. I had a dream that and I don't know how old I was, a kid or my age now, but we're all sitting in the family. We're sitting around her playing. She's playing Dig Dug, and she keeps trying to give us the controller. And she goes, "Here, now you play." We're like, "No, no, you play." And we knew that if she gave us the controller, she would die. Ah, ah.
When was this dream?
This is when she passed away 3 years ago, maybe now.
No, wait, I said when was this dream?
Yeah, that was the dream.
That
It was
was
like right after
oh,
she died.
okay, all
It was
right.
soon after. Yeah,
Oh my God, that is, can I ask? I also
sure.
don't know like the format and the boundaries. I mean, I've listened to
I have boundaries, but the guest can't. Okay.
okay,
I'm the
perfect.
one with the notes, not yous.
Um, that's something, it's like my parents are getting older and I think about that a lot.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I'm always like, I don't know. This might be too heavy, but I'm like, oh my God, how did you deal with that? Like, how do
I
I don't
well, it
know.
was dementia and it was slow and it's torturous and it got to the point she couldn't talk and visiting her in hospice. I thought we were scaring her. Like she's in a wheelchair, like backing up, not knowing what the fuck is going on. I didn't it was a relief when she passed away because of that.
Yeah,
So it wasn't a surprise that she was going. And then with that said, when she died, it was a surprise.
yeah, yeah. It's
Uh,
like slow and
are
fast.
your parents in good health?
Do you, yeah, they're pretty good. Wait, do you have siblings? I
I have
like
four
we're
siblings.
on a first date now.
Sure, no problem. I have four siblings. You
Astrology.
know how to give lap dances. I have four
Yeah.
siblings. I don't have mommy issues because she's gone.
My parents are both like stunningly in good health,
Okay,
which is crazy because they have just like drink and smoke and all it. Like I think I just have really good genes,
right.
which is good. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. You think it's inevitable. It comes for,
Sure,
so,
sure.
but it's something, it's just I love that people are tuning into this like a comedy podcast and they're like,
They know what's up. Are you a big crier
good.
in general?
Yeah, I can be. I definitely more so when I'm listening to other people's stories, not to be like I'm an empath, mom, but
Right.
like it's almost like when I hear other like peop stories of people I don't know, like what you just told me, and
Right.
it's like getting this raw, like I can feel that love. And then the other time I cry is when I'm like really happy or grateful.
Okay.
Like anytime it's like that pursuit of happiness moment at the end, or like the Rudy gets into Notre Dame finally, it's like,
Right.
oh God. But
Do you
yeah.
find yourself like would you have an argument with a boyfriend, start crying and try to control it because maybe that's not fair, or just try to control it because they can't handle it?
Why does this seem like entrapment,
I'm
Keith?
just asking.
Did
I'm
you just
just
get into a
asking.
fight with
No,
your
your ex has sent in some questions.
Oh, perfect. No, no,
Yeah.
no. I just take out a gun
Oh,
and
okay.
I don't do, and I just really like to, that seems fair. No, I will usually do, this probably sounds very unfair, but if I do start tearing up, I'll do the like
Patting.
trying to control it thing, and
Right.
this, which I feel like is, even though it's
And you
genuine, it's
fan
almost
with
more
your hand on your face,
manipulative.
like, oh goodness.
I just need, oh my, and then I have a fainting couch, and I go,
Right.
oh, oh, if you don't give me $50,000, sir, and they're like, please get out of this Trader Joe's. We don't know
Right.
you. But yeah, I will. I'm usually not the one crying in the in intense relationship conversations. I feel like
Okay.
I'm usually the one trying to fix it.
That you're trying to fix whatever the problem is,
Yeah. Yeah,
and
like I always feel like the other person is crying. Like I'm always making them cry, which makes me feel bad. But if I cry, I like it. If I cry in an argument, it's angry crying. It's like, oh my,
I
like
see. You
what is happening to me right now?
I
But
saw
that's
the
only
video
happened
of you
like
at the tennis game. What the fuck is going on? You are in my body. What the fuck is happening right now?
No, I'd be like, you use this publicity and you fucking you what's the word? Plug my Instagram. Like
Right.
you, how are we gonna make your selfishness work for me?
If your exes
Yeah,
got together, what would they say is your
yeah,
big problem?
avoidant.
Yeah.
They would say, yeah, yeah, they would say, also my brain is always going at like four different speeds. It's like meta, 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 meta. So is this usually what you talk about? Like,
Y-
are you just,
No,
are we're
you're
just
on board. Yes, we get deep.
fantastic. Okay,
Yes.
great. I love it.
Yes.
Um, they
They
would
they don't put us in books for nothing.
they
Oh
would
man.
say I have ADHD. No, I think they would say I'm avoidant, which I can understand from their point of view. Um,
Like
I
what? If there's a problem, you're not dealing with it because it's
no,
not worth
no,
it.
no, no. I'm so down to deal with it. I'm so like, let's open communication. I just like I don't need labels. I don't need like let's plan a life together. Like I don't
I
for
see.
me that comes in time of like let's like I'm seeing someone now and it's new and it's the first time where I'm like we don't expect anything of each other except like respect and affection. And because of that, and because of that freedom, I want to continue seeing this person. I am thinking about like, I said something about like plans in December, you know what I mean?
Right.
Versus if you've dated someone for 2 months and they're like, what, what is this? What, like, why aren't we this, that, blah, blah, blah. And then if you have that enough, like, if you keep attracting those kinds of people, then you just are like, well, I guess there's something wrong with me, you
If you
know?
pass the restaurant and he's out there obviously on a date, that's not a good though, right? Or is it fine? You're that
No,
mature.
I wouldn't mind if we actually talked about this for the first time the other night. And I was like, we were like, we don't really care if we hooked up with other people. Like, I don't need to know about it and be safe.
Right.
I would probably feel a certain type of way if we were on dates with other people. We're also both like artists. We're very busy. But like,
He
I
catches
feel
you what he catches you like having dinner and you're like, no, 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 we're gonna fuck me and this other
Don't.
guy.
No, we just fucked. We're having dessert now.
Right.
No, obviously, but like neither of us, well, I can't be, but he's not a very inflammatory person. And there's like, if I feel a sense of security on both sides, I don't really care. Like, but it
Okay.
has to be there because I've been very anxious. I've been very like, I'm not like this like fucking cool girl. Obviously, like I'm a fucking comedian.
What do you
I
mean by
say.
inflammatory? Not trying to use it to hurt you?
Yeah, not like we can, I could see us having a calm conversation, even if tensions are high,
Okay.
you know,
Gotcha. Yeah.
versus things kind of spiraling out of control, which I've been on both sides of,
You mentioned
admittedly.
you mentioned this before in your stand-up, and I heard it
Yeah.
again on OnlyFans, by the way, has a
Mm.
OnlyFans TV. And if you go to OnlyFans.com right now, I see it right there. Your new stand-up is out, which is funny.
Hmm.
Like, tell me, so it just came out today. Tell me, like, who hits you up? Because I just have to imagine it's 80% dudes with dicks in their hands. Am I wrong?
80%.
Okay. So like are they taking the time to like, let me take in this comedy? Tits?
Um, so I've been on OnlyFans now for 6 months. First of all, I would like to say my whole life is OnlyFans right now, as in I just had this special come out on OFTV or episode come out.
Right.
I'm on OF for income, and then my other job is I'm currently working on an Audible exclusive podcast. Um, I might have you take the Audible exclusive podcast out, but I am working on a
Just
podcast
say it a
that
couple
drops in
times
March.
more. Okay.
You're like, give me more work.
Why
That's
would that
about OnlyFans.
why would that be bad to say? Because it didn't come out
I
yet?
don't know. It hasn't come out. It's like a 6-part series. So instead of just a chat podcast, we talk to it's very almost like serial or it's a lot more journalistic.
I just wrote him. You can say
Um,
that. That's all right. Do you
yeah.
have a way like do you have a comedy account and an ass
Yes.
account?
So I love that term, ass account. So it's taken me a really long time. I've been on it since December, and it is a marketing, like the women who are making money on here are marketing geniuses. It is all marketing. It is all strategy. It is, you think like, oh, you just post some nudes and blah, blah, blah. It's like,
Right.
no, you get into the psychology,
You
like
got to, because
change.
they have families.
Well,
You got to get
well,
these
yeah,
motherfuckers.
yeah, yeah. I like
You're
how I was
fighting
thinking
against tuition. Yeah.
I like how you're saying, like I'm thinking strategy is in like $5 Fridays, and you're like, no,
Sure.
blackmail. You're like
Right.
strategy. You're like, you want 2 mil a month, but
Spin the
so
wheel and land
basically,
on you leave your wife.
yeah, spin the wheel. You're familiar with it. Oh shit, hold on. Uh, uh, we are good. We are still in business. Drop my
Right.
damn mic. So I had an influx in subscribers when I posted a random stand-up clip about OnlyFans to my TikTok. Don't have the post itself
Right.
had
Close.
200 likes.
Okay.
Yeah, had closed. And then I got about 700 subscribers from that.
Oh, wow.
So I would say there's definitely and then
And you subscribe
today
free, but then you get them later.
you subscribe free to my free page,
Okay.
and then I sell content on there. My mass content is flirty but non-explicit. And then I have a VIP page, but you have to buy a certain amount before you get to that VIP page, and I vet you personally and I invite you. So
I'm,
my VIP page is a cap of 100 people, so I can message everyone. Yeah, so that's like those are the interactions I really enjoy
do you
versus today
find
I'm getting, yeah.
do you find people in okay, so I moved fairly recently from New York City to Charlotte, and I didn't even think about this. But
Hmm.
when I looked at your OnlyFans, Um, then I see the subscribe. So I go hit subscribe and they go, you have to add a credit card, even if it's free. And I get
Yeah.
it. So I go to add a credit card and they're like, oh, you're in Charlotte, North Carolina. You're going to need, I'm going to need your passport and driver's license. There's no plan and I'll do that. But I assume, people are such horn dogs. They're going to, get a VPN or
Hmm.
somehow work around it.
Hmm.
Do you see a drop off in states like that? Or these men don't give a
I
shit?
don't
They'll find a
really,
way.
I don't even think I can look at those
Oh,
statistics.
okay.
Maybe I can. I don't really care. I can tell you that the people I talk to the most, I can tell you, I the subscribers that I hit it off with the most definitely have tendencies to be from certain regions. So, like the Midwest and Canadians
Oh, yeah.
and British people are like
Huh.
some of my favorite subscribers.
Well,
I
pip
don't
pip.
know. They're nice. And it's like, and if you're an OnlyFans subscriber, you don't get that like the amount of people that I'm getting today that are just put first time they've ever interacted with me. Pussy pics, just sending a dick pic, blah blah blah, and I'm laughing and I post on my profile, "Hey guys, for anyone, I'm gonna post any whack or explicit messages I get today on my feed
Okay.
like later. So if you text me some like weird
Right.
shit,
But then
but
do they like that? Like, do they get off on that? Like that?
they like I rib my subscribers.
Okay.
So and I just want to say also like I am a little self-conscious about fitting into this trope of being like a female comedian who's in her 30s, who's now getting on OnlyFans.
All right.
But it's like, it's fucking
Whatever.
money.
Yeah. How
Like,
much?
I feel like guys would do that.
How much have you shown?
How much have I
Yeah,
shown?
you show vagina lips. You show clitoris.
Wow, I like that you said lips. I like you're like that you're getting all into
It's more
let's
medical.
just put it this way.
Nice.
It let's just put it this way. You cannot find that online. Like
Okay.
you will, the
You
people
privately
that
do it. Yes.
it's customs, it's one-on-one. I have a new technology that I'm actually working with, or like a new system where you can individually watermark the content that you send out. So you're like, it can't be leak proof, but if it does leak, I can
Right.
trace it back to you.
And that would bum me
So
out. Like if I end up getting Bobby's material and I see Bobby written on it, I'm like, that I can't keep a boner with looking at Bobby's
eh,
name.
not if you're a cuck, you can. If you're a
Oh,
cuck, you prefer
okay. That's their game. Yeah.
it. But no, it's really like I just really enjoy the intersection of comedy and having fun and chatting and intimacy and like an exhibitionist side of myself that I really enjoy. And yeah, I definitely really enjoy it.
I'd be nervous the
Um,
chick's laughing at me as is. I don't need to know she's a comedian on top of it, you know. Do
I'm
you?
not a good roaster,
Uh,
so
well, I was going to ask, do you do dick ratings? I've seen
I
RATING.
do. I do.
I assume you're not honest most times. Is that true or false? Or do you go, you know what, honestly, a
I haven't
six,
done
but it's
enough. I just do reviews.
yeah, like what's in a like for instance,
Um,
how would you rate how
oh
thick you're
my
thinking right now?
God. I love, like, I would be
Yeah,
like,
you
I
love it.
love the curvature of
Mm,
it. Here's what I would
nice.
do to it.
And
And
then the
oh my
next one, I love how
God, blah, blah,
straight it is.
blah. Yeah,
You're
it's
based
like,
on person to person, your vagina keeps changing shapes.
sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's like, I do, first of all, if I'm genuine, I have more fun. So it's like,
But you're not going to say
oh,
no, like, right? Unless they ask for humiliation. You're not like,
yeah,
well,
small SPH, small penis simulation.
oh,
That would
right.
be so funny. Someone sends me $100 and I'm like, ew, and that's the whole thing.
I thought you'd like my honesty. You know, you have a mirror.
Yeah, yeah. But most people, it's like I have a very certain vibe. I'm like, ribbing girlfriend experience. And if you're not into that, there's 3 million
Hmm.
OnlyFans creators. Go, like, please go find your what you want, you know?
Does the new guy you're seeing now, does he know you do OnlyFans?
That's a non-negotiable.
Right.
It's a non-negotiable for
But do you
people
bring it
to,
up? I mean,
yeah,
okay,
I was like, I try not to rub it in his face, but it's
sure.
also like it behooves both of us because like I can treat him to things and that makes me really
Right.
happy. So it's like so yeah, that's a non-negotiable for me. I've had people in the past who are not okay with me being a stripper and not okay with me having well, sugar daddy's kind of new, but it's like for me, it's such a example of the freedom that I need.
Right.
And I mean, I've made art from it. I've made jokes from it. Like I've built wealth on it. Wealth is cap lowercase w wealth.
If
Um,
he joined
yeah.
but didn't say it was him, you found out later, is that sweet or offensive?
Wait, say that again.
He joined under a fake name. He's
Yeah.
user whatever the fuck, Big Ball 69. And then but somehow you found out later, because we always find out shit.
That he
Uh
follows me.
and followed you. Followed you
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
maybe, you
He
know.
does. He does follow me.
Oh, he does follow you.
It was so sweet. He made a profile to support me. Like he went on, he made a profile. He knew that I was trying to get likes for all my stuff. And so he made a profile. He liked all my stuff. I checked it. And he's like so naive when it comes to this that he put his
His real name.
his real name and real thumbnail. And I was like,
Ah.
sweetie, get off. I'm like, what are you trying to do? This is not LinkedIn. And he's like, I'm just trying to support you. So he's like I said, new, but I think even if you don't end up with someone, it's important to recognize like, oh, this is a good new pattern.
Did you ever get a feeling that a fellow comic was watching
Yeah,
you?
I know they have.
Because they can't help but tell you?
I just know they have. I
Right.
actually just busted someone for that, and it was in the funniest way. Like I had a creeping feeling. I texted him for some other reason. I
Because he
knew from
sent
his
you a dick for a dick writing, and then he was in some naked show because you guys can't just do regular comedy anymore.
I don't do that shit. Yeah, I'm like I will always be here just telling jokes in a military
Okay.
jacket. No, so his OnlyFans message mentioned a vacation. And then, like, I'm going here this date. And then we were texting in real life because I was asking him advice on something. I did not know yet that they were the same person. And then
Oh,
he dropped a couple hints, and I was like, I had a hunch anyway. And then he mentioned he was going on vacation. And I was like, have fun wherever
Cancun?
you're
Yeah.
going. Don't tell me. And I put right after, like 2 minutes later, I was like, don't tell me where you're going. And
Wow.
he's like, I wouldn't want to like experience the reaction. Like it was one of those things where we both admitted it was like,
Right.
oh damn, I knew it was you.
Does he like in person? Does he look at you different now? Because he has to know he jacked off to you. That you know
Oh
that.
yeah, we
Yeah.
also don't see each other Like
Okay.
I haven't seen him in 3 years. We interact, but it's like I really don't care.
He
Because for
texts you on OnlyFans
me,
acting like he's somebody else, and then he's done, like it's understood he's done, if you know what I mean. And then on the side he calls you and goes, "Hey, just seeing if you're free for a stand up, blah blah blah." At it's like,
no,
oh,
I
you happen to
reached
be
out
available now.
to be like, hey, yeah, that's what we call a symbiotic relationship.
I'm done with
Okay.
my
I
business. I was just
I
seeing
get
if
you off, you get
right.
me on. Okay, that's what we do. No, we haven't seen each other, like we're not in the same room or whatever, but like when I see him next time, I'm gonna be like, "What's up, man? Bring it
Right.
in." Like I think that you can enjoy people sexually, whether it's mutual or one-sided, but it can still feel very respectful. And
Have
that's
you
all I care about.
have you met an OnlyFans follower at a stand up show?
Yes, I have.
And are they
It
are
was
they
very respectful.
comfortable?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Okay.
got coffee after, like, not as like a date or anything, but he's like in the management industry. He just came to my show. He brought me some edibles. He manages a band. I went to like watch the show. Like that's also the nice thing about being in my 30s is I know my boundaries. I don't need to appease anyone. If it doesn't work, like I'm having a live tonight. If you are at the slightest bit disrespectful, you're out. You're out of the live, you're blocked. Like
This is
I don't
OnlyFans
need,
live?
yeah, but
Okay.
it's like a safe for work, ask me anything.
Okay.
Um, yeah, but
Would
yeah, I
he
don't know.
would somebody meet you and then be like, "Hey, let's grab some coffee real quick. It's funny how we know each other. I come all over the place." And then you get
Mhm.
coffee and let's say they try to give you $100. Do you go, "No, that's confusing things," or "No, it's money. Yes, I'll take it." Does
They
that
give
shit ever
me
happen? I don't know.
if
Does it happen?
I wouldn't it's very rare that someone would that I would agree to meet up with someone who I met from OnlyFans. In fact, I'm almost like I probably shouldn't have said that thing about the music guy or whatever, but that was like
Right.
we also talked on Instagram. So we knew each other from Instagram. But as far as someone who came to a show, came up to me, said, I follow you
Right.
in OnlyFans. I'd like to buy you coffee. I would say, no, thank you. That relationship stays there.
Okay. Who's
Yeah.
creepier, people on OnlyFans or fellow male comedians?
Uh,
It's funny
OnlyFans.
already.
I
Okay.
haven't really been fucked with by a lot of male
Okay.
comedians. I don't know either. Maybe I'm oblivious and I have, but I don't know what it is.
Who on OnlyFans do you have to say calm down? What do they bring up? Murdering their wife? Like,
Calm down.
yeah, is anybody ever too much? 'Cause-
Oh, no, you can't even type murder on there. You can't type things like murder, young. One time I tried to talk about my favorite comedy, Young Frankenstein. And it was like you can't say drunk.
Oh well.
So they're really
How am I
I don't
even
know,
gonna
just
get off?
I know,
What
right?
can you say?
Murder this young drunk
With Trump's
kid.
America, you think you can get away with
I know. Here I am, like being annoyed, and I'm interviewing all these porn stars for this podcast, and they're just like, obviously liberal and pro sex work, but they're like this fucking censorship. Like it's so hypocritical. Like you're talking about free speech and you're a fucking Puritan, but
Before we
what
got
are you gonna
into
do?
all the nudity, I
Yeah.
was going to say I heard this joke on the OnlyFans special, and you were talking about a therapist that you had, and
Hmm.
you say she's 23 years old. Was she really 23 years old when you wrote that
Yeah,
joke?
I mean, I'm not seeing her now, but she
Right.
was. And I was like, this is hilarious. Like, because she would like get on a call with wet hair. And I was like, girl, same. I was like, the inmates are running the asylum. What are we
Right.
doing
Did you say
here?
for depression she said go on vacation?
I mean, that part's a joke.
Okay. Just
But
checking.
that's just what I imagine. It's like I, have worked with some Gen Z people and like I even have like a, part-time assistant right now and she's Gen Z and she's just like, I'll talk to her and she'll be in a tube top, just like slay queen. And I'm like, all right, so you got the spreadsheet down?
Right.
You you good? Or
What
like,
did I so we were supposed to hook up here earlier and I wrote this down. I forget what this meant, but you had a doctor who said bipolar or thought bipolar was a sexual thing. Does this make sense or not at all?
Wait,
I don't know. I just wrote it down as a note
you and
some time ago,
I?
and I forget what it
Was
was.
that me? Are you sure you're not getting me confused with the hundreds of other bipolar
No, no, it's you I was talking
comedians?
about, but I thought it was some joke, but I don't know.
Oh,
Doesn't
no,
matter.
it was just like about how mania, one of the symptoms of mania is feeling very hypersexual.
Ah,
Like
okay.
you're very awake, it's basically, it's kind of like being on coke without the coke. Um, so yeah, that might have been it.
Okay. Were you
But
always sexual? Would you
I
say?
mean, yeah, I love that this is now getting into,
Hmm.
you're like, I'm creepy doctor
Yeah,
territory.
yeah.
I don't know. I was like a late bloomer, I guess, but I like, I think it all comes from like, I like being close to people. I know that
Okay.
sounds weird, but it's like, I'm such a voyeur, and there's something about like, I don't know. I even if it's a casual situation, even if it's like a one night thing, which to be honest, I really haven't had any, but like it's so interesting seeing behind the veil. So that's kind of what I like about it versus just like, oh my God, I'm this, I'm that. It's like
Yeah.
I like the
But
Bonnie Blue and Lily Phillips of it all is just like, what? Do you know
no,
this?
no.
They're two creators. I'm not trying to break the women supporting women thing, but they're two creators. They've since been kicked off of OnlyFans. They are in a competition to do like sexual stunts, and they're trying to literally outdo each other on how many men they can have sex with in a
Oh.
24-hour period. So I think Bonnie Blue is like 1,200, and I'm just
Oh, like
like
one
in
had
a
to go to the hospital or something,
I'm
right?
just like, what are we like? I'm pretty open-minded, but I cannot get, and for me, I'm like, you're ruining sex. Like, I am a
Right.
very sexual person, but it's like that saying, the French saying, where it's like the best part of sex is walking up the stairs.
Okay.
Otherwise it's just mechanical.
Right.
Like, what, anyway.
Okay. I guess I'm asking
What
because,
about
like,
you?
oh yeah, I love sex. It feels very good on my penis, and I enjoy it very, very
Good.
much.
Oh,
But like
congrats.
when you got into OnlyFans, it's not just the money per se; it's the best of both worlds because you're into it anyway a little bit. Is that true or not true?
Well, yeah, but like I don't want people listening to this. First of all, also, I am so open to talking about thing. I know like my OFTV thing obviously dropped today, but I am also very open. I don't want people to think that this is like my whole personality,
Sure.
like everything I do. So, but happy to talk about it more. I would say yes, and like I do enjoy it, but like it depends, and it also depends from like person to person. I
Yeah.
remember most of the subscriber, like all of the subscribers that I regularly interact with, and it makes me very happy to make them happy or to brighten their day. Um, and it's like it is a relationship. So it's different, but the transactionality in a lot of ways makes it like more respectful and more clear.
Right. And
Um,
I'm not saying you should, to be clear, but do you ever feel bad like this guy's obviously cheating on his wife and I'm not helping nothing? Do you ever
I
feel
don't
that
feel
way?
bad. I don't feel
Okay.
bad.
Good.
It's I had someone's wife message me
Mm.
actually. And we had a great exchange.
Yeah,
And the
great.
guy, yeah, I mean, I was like, "Oh my God, thanks for being here. What can I call you?" And they were like, "Oh, nothing. I'm just like recovering from cancer and a wife of one of your subscribers, and I wanted to see what all the fuss was about." And I was like, so I was like, this can either not be my problem, which is not,
Right.
or I have the emotional bandwidth, and this woman is dealing with a lot of shit. So let's have some back and forth and words of comfort. She didn't seem unhinged or anything, and he unfollowed me, and haven't heard from him since.
Is your roommate now or fairly recently? Was your roommate your ex-boyfriend for some time?
Yes. Wait, how did you know
I
this?
know everything. I
You
know
know,
everything.
every,
I know
but
everything.
I don't think I
But
have
I'm
any
just
jokes
missing the
about it.
nuance of things. Of course you do. I didn't read your diary.
I
You
joked
did.
about living with my ex. Maybe I did. Yeah. Yeah. I do. Yeah, my life is very colorful. Um, I think the strongest relationships, I will say, are the relationships that don't that you don't make fit into a box.
Okay.
Everyone has to have boundaries. Everyone has to have what they're comfortable with and what they're not. But this person and I dated for 7 years. We started dating in college. We had a great relationship. We split up because we both knew that this wasn't it, and
Right.
we were young and stuff. We became friends. We did not plan it. We became friends. I like to say that our romance was the cocoon or the chrysalis.
Hmm.
Help me
I
out here,
follow.
bug
I
enthusiast.
follow.
Yeah, for like a lifetime of friendship. So I just needed a place to crash, like when I came back from traveling. And he's like, all right, it's my first time having my full place in New York. I don't want you like, I want you out in like 6 months. And I was like, Roger that. And that was 2 years ago.
Okay.
So yeah, and he has a girlfriend and she's fucking awesome. And um, yeah, it's one big happy family, and it sounds weird because it is kind of weird, but it's all love and whatever works, right?
On OnlyFans, you mentioned, of course, on OnlyFans, you mentioned microdosing acid.
Yes.
Are you on that trip? No pun? Do you still do that? Do you do it
I
regularly?
do. I do occasionally.
How do you know how much to take? Because it just sounds like a little bit
I
of
take a
acid.
little, yeah, it's just a little, like I take teeny scissors and I cut like a eighth or 16th, and
Okay.
I have finally admitted to myself that I have ADHD. And now I'm on extended release Adderall. But like there is something, I'm also not condoning this at all. No one listen to this. No one do anything that I say
You don't
or
think
that
you
I'm
should figure out
doing.
your own micro?
I don't think people should be listening to me and be like, just talk to your
Right.
smarter friends.
Okay.
But it did help me. It really did help. I mean, that's why people are doing psilocybin therapy. It's like it helps you mood wise. It makes you feel
But
lucid.
you don't have a doctor in charge of it, right?
No,
Yeah.
no, I have my
You're not a
friend
dork.
Dan in charge of it.
Yeah.
I have my friend Dan who brings over a foil ball and says, "Good luck, slugger. Go chase those dreams." And then I wake up 4 days later in Dumbo. No, I don't
He goes,
know.
he goes, everybody's different. So just figure it out as you go.
Yeah, yeah,
Not
slow
one size
crawl.
fits
My
all.
big
Yeah.
mantra this year is no sudden movements. No sudden movements, no big swings.
Okay.
Just move that needle,
When it
you
comes to
know?
life or lap dancing, no big moves.
No big moves.
Right.
Just slow and steady, and then you'll know when you do need to take a big swing, but you usually don't.
I look when you brought up, I have my parents pay for my therapy. Hey, you broke it, you bought it.
Yeah, I'm so sick of that fucking joke. I'm
I
so sick
enjoyed
of
it.
that joke. Thanks. I also love that you're just going through. Am I allowed to grill you at any point?
No.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Or the show would
I
be
am?
called Gracie Canaan.
Yeah, I
You
guess.
know what I mean?
I mean, I can be interrogated the whole time. I'm just like very self-conscious about just talking about myself. And I also, the reporter, the newly established reporter in me likes to know about people.
To be very clear,
But
you're
yeah.
very interesting, but also, yes, of course, you may ask me things and talk to me as well.
Okay, well, I want to know your relationship status
Okay.
down there
So
in Charlotte. Do
lately I've
people
been,
already know this?
no, this is a breaking news. I'm going to tell everybody that I
Yeah.
moved from New York City to Charlotte. I'm seeing a girl that I've seen, a grown woman, as a matter of fact.
Oh my
I've
God,
seen for almost
congrats.
2 years now.
Wow.
She
Wait, is
has
this
an 8 year.
actually your hard launch on your
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
podcast?
just needed somebody to ask. You really are a
Oh
good
my God.
interviewer. Yeah,
Wait,
yeah. And so now
what else
everybody
can I get
knows
out of you?
that I'm in love, and it's very fun. We don't live together. She likes her privacy, and I only met the kid a couple times. But I'm like in Charlotte. I've been coming here over a year for a month, like 5 days. I dig the food. Everything I
How'd you
want
guys
is
meet?
here. I don't really club or anything, so I don't need to pay so much in New York City.
Yeah, but if you want a club in Charlotte,
You could.
you can find some
You
dicey. You know
could.
what I bet you could find in Charlotte? Real great dive bars.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
So
how'd you
the
guys
audience
meet?
doesn't know this. I've been sober for 8 years. So just
That's
the other day, in fact,
huge.
yeah, a couple slips, but I don't feel bad about it. And but yeah, maybe I'll check out the dive bars around here. That's a good idea you brought up.
Wait, no one, this is the first time
All
in
of this
what
is
episode number is
all of
this?
the almost 4,000 now. And
In
yes,
4,000
yep,
episodes, you've never said you were sober.
it's none of their business.
I mean, I didn't mean to but I'm saying no
You
one's
push,
asked
you found the
you.
right
I
angle.
didn't
Why
even
would
push.
somebody
I
ask?
started
I
with
didn't ask
like,
you. Why would anybody ask?
well, to be fair, I didn't ask you. I said dive bars and
Right.
you
You led the
volunteered.
witness, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm feeling kind of special, Keith. I'm
Yeah.
feeling like I'm unlocking you.
What else would you like to know? This is
Social security
exciting.
number?
Yeah, 14286. Nobody knows this.
You're like, good luck stealing my identity, bitch, and all everything.
I
Take
keep
it,
forgetting my
take
passwords. If you know
it.
something, tell me. All right?
Well, that's awesome. I'm very happy for you.
Thank you. Yeah, we
Um,
get it on. We'll do sex in different
no
positions. Yeah,
way.
we'll do that. We don't
Oh
care.
my
We
God.
don't care.
Like no
Sometimes
more than three, though,
I'll do
right?
more than three. I'll do more than three. I don't know if I did because I said I look like I might be that baseball player might be my age of 50. I don't know if you think that means I don't
Yeah.
do different positions. I
Well,
do
I'm just
different
saying if you do
positions.
more than three in one session,
In one session, I'll do more than three.
yeah.
I'll be on top. She can be on top. I do the side. The
Hmm.
behind will be the
The
behind
behind will
laying
do.
down. Then there's of course there's yeah I think we hit every piece of furniture just to brag.
You got to.
Yeah. So yes, you better not tell your friends I
Good.
only do three. You didn't
I
say that to
won't.
nobody, right? Like, oh, I'm doing a podcast later today, but I think the guy only does three positions at
I
a
didn't say
time.
that, but we did take bets.
Okay.
It's actually, if you go to my free OnlyFans page right now,
I
there is
knew
a
it.
poll saying
Oh,
how
I
many
knew it.
positions do
You're
you
like, oh,
have a button? Do you
I
have an
hope
I
he
knew
doesn't
it
put in
button?
his passport. Do I have what?
Was that a button that you just pressed? Like a sound effects button?
Oh, that's the button to delete all personal shit. I just did.
Oh, I made, oh, perfect,
Yeah,
perfect. It
yeah,
automatically does that. Wow, AI
yeah.
is getting
And it
crazy.
goes back in anything I said that I shouldn't have.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
damn, dude, it sounds
yeah.
like you got a good balanced life and
I'm digging it.
honestly a good change of scenery
Yeah.
and, New York
How
can be a hellhole.
how long have you been there in New York?
10 years. 10
10 years. All right.
years. I was in Philly before that, went to college in Providence. So I'm from New York, but I've been in East. I'm officially like an East Coast girly. But
What'd you take in
yeah,
college?
I went to art school. So
Okay.
my college is actually kind of like my villain origin story. Like if it was not for the loans that I acquired in college, I would not have danced. I would not now be on OnlyFans. I would not have
Mhm.
made my short film booties. So it is it has been an unexpected point of view and facet of myself that I can now say is a silver lining of something that seemed very daunting and very hopeless
Yeah.
at the beginning of my 20s.
Yep. But
Yeah.
how great is it? Can you see yourself moving?
Moving out of New York.
Yeah.
Um, I think New York will always be my home base as long as it's not underwater. And then even then,
Sure.
like, I don't know,
Right.
flotillas, they seem to be pretty in
That's
fashion
right.
right now. But I would say like it'll be my home base, but my dream is like using it as my home base, traveling around, and then my dream is to end up like in the woods, in a house, not just in the woods, crazy, naked and afraid. But like literally have like a mini commune with all my friends and stuff. So when I'm like 50s and 60s, that'll be you know,
Gotcha.
my end
I'm
goal.
just
But New
curious.
York is just like all my friends and family are here. It's obviously like so good for making connections and
Right.
yeah.
Let's talk about booties then, shall we?
Booties. What would you like to know, Keith?
Well,
Keith that I've
well,
just cracked right open.
I want to talk about booties, a sex work workplace comedy.
Wait,
Uh,
I gotta ask you a couple questions
you
before
may,
we go there.
yes, please.
Are you like you're a pretty private person then?
No, not at all. I'm being silly.
No?
Everybody knew all this shit. Come on, Gracie. Can
Really?
you fucking imagine? I didn't tell people I went to Charlotte, that I'm in love, and that I've been sober for 8 years. You think I didn't tell anybody that?
You literally made me, you just made, you
I don't know why you had to
just,
push it. I could have made
you
you feel
just
good.
strippered me.
I
You just
strippered you.
strippered
Yeah.
me. You made me feel
Hmm.
like I was special.
Yes, one and only.
Wow.
But
This
no,
is how it
no,
feels.
tens of thousands of
I
people
want
know
my
this.
$10,000 back.
But
Wow. This is humbling.
it's
Okay.
exciting though
And
for
then
a
my
minute,
other question,
right?
it is a rush. It is
Right.
mostly because I just am on a quest to save men. Hashtag save men. So the fact that I could, wow. That's good. It's good to know. It's good that people know you though, and after
Why is it
4,000
annoying?
episodes.
And I agree, but why is it annoying when people do say that they're empathetic? They're an empath rather. Is it annoying because it's like we see the same thing you do? It's not that deep.
We say the same thing you do, and it's like a backdoor brat. Like, it's just like
Right.
I am such a good person. Like it's like, yeah,
Right.
we're all human, just like get a fucking great, It's
Right.
the same people who like cancel on dinner because they just like are going through the trauma of doing their taxes or something,
Right.
Sorry. And I'm very pro taking care of mental health, but like
Sure.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah,
I get it.
don't cancel me, guys.
So the Booties is about not necessarily a strip club. What would you call it?
I would call it a lap dance party, a lap dance club, although that's not really central to the plot. It will be central more towards the pilot and the series that we're developing. But basically, the difference between this place and a strip club, all roads lead to lap dances,
Yeah, they always
right?
do.
But they always do. Hey, even if you go to Dave and Buster's, you're
That's
getting
right.
danced on,
That's right.
okay? By a sweaty dude, by the
Right.
sweaty fucking ball machine technician. And so this place is the only kind of place I've ever worked in. And it instead of, you go into a typical strip club and there's a lot of mirrors and poles and someone dancing on stage and a DJ. This you go in and it feels more like a upscale lounge or a bar or a party or something. And
Right.
there's women walking around in, not underwear. There's women walking around in almost club attire. So it's kind of selling this fantasy of you are out at a bar and you could just bump into this normal, gorgeous woman and hit it off. It's way more like girlfriend
But then I
experience.
still have to pay for your time one way or another, right?
So that's the tough thing is you do when it comes to like dances, right? But
Okay.
you could theoretically talk to a guy for 20 minutes or half an hour and he could pay you nothing. So
And
it's
you've
really
been there in real life where that's happened, right?
yeah, when I was first starting out and I didn't have like a feeler, but you kind of have
Okay.
to be I would say it's a lot more connection, it's a lot of talking. You kind of have to be unassuming and instead of saying like, "Oh my God, hi baby, you're so sexy," blah blah blah, you go up and you're like, "I really love your shoes." Like, "Oh my God, did you just
Okay.
come from dinner?" Like,
You,
"Wait," or like "Hey, wait, you came here last week." "No?" "Shit, you look like Greg." "No, sorry, I'm Gracie," blah blah blah. So it's
oh,
like,
it's like those text messages that I get that end up being scams, of course. Like,
yeah.
hey, Susan. I'm like, yeah, I'm not
And you say, "I'm
Susan.
not Susan,"
Oh,
and
can
they're
we be
like,
best friends anyway and fuck and I can offer you job opportunities? I'm like,
and
oh,
fuck. I
interesting.
would like to show you my titties and then also have you work in this call center.
I'll go, I'm not Susan. Or I'll go, yeah, it's me, Susan. Just,
Yeah.
oh, sorry, not Susan. I'm like, I just said I'm Susan.
You're like, what? I am Susan. Susan has been inside me this whole time.
How do we get
Okay?
through this?
Yeah.
Do you miss doing that, or do you still visit these clubs sometimes?
I still, I've probably only done it a handful of times this year. I really do miss it. I really like it. Especially like, you know, on OnlyFans and I talk to other creators, it's tough for a couple of reasons. One, you're alone. It's very isolating. Two, there's no boundary. You are working in your home. The only barrier for entry is whether your phone is on or off. Whereas at the club, you
Right.
get ready, you walk in, you talk to people, you get a feel. So it's like, I can make a lot like the same amount of money in like an hour or 2 hours on a live as I can in a night working at the club. But I like the connection. Like I'm a performer, I
Right.
like the connection. I like talking to people. So if I had more time, I would go there, like not so much for the money, but just, to keep in touch with that part of myself. It was such a pivotal part. Like when I got into it, I was so innocent and I didn't know what I was doing. And it just like unlocked this totally different part of me.
You ever,
Um,
did you get it? Does it become catty ever? Did you try to give somebody a lap dance, for example, and you didn't know that he's quote taken, like going to a barber shop, but you jumped in and went like,
right, a barbershop
yeah.
like that. There was only one situation where that ever happened. I can tell you about it,
Yeah, please.
where I was dancing for this very young guy. He must have been like 23, 24. Clearly, he came with coworkers, and guys don't look out for each other. It's crazy how by the end of the night, I'm like, "Where are your friends?" He's like, "I don't know." It's like women would never do that. It's
Right,
like we have walkie-talkies and those
right,
toddler leashes and stuff. It's like, "Do we have eyes on Kelly?" They're just like, I don't know, fuck him. I hope he's dead in the
right,
in the stock room. So this guy was there all on his own. He was so drunk. He was so drunk. Didn't have any money
mm,
left. So he shortchanged me like two lap dances.
mm.
And he couldn't even figure out his Zelle. It didn't have. So I was like, go home. Like you need to get in an Uber and go home. And then I was talking to someone else, like, and 15 minutes later, I see from across the room a girl like dragging him back to the back room.
Oh,
And I shouldn't have gotten involved because she ended up being pissed at me. But I went up to him and they weren't dancing yet. They were like sitting next to each other. And
right.
I was like, "Are you okay?" And he was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And she was like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And I was like, "No, never mind, blah, blah, blah." And what I should have said to her was, he doesn't have any money. I just danced with him.
Right.
He has no money. And like, you're not going to get any out of him. But I went up to him and I said, "Are you okay?" I left. He came up to me kind of like, "Are you my mommy?" And then she was behind, like he was like, "Somebody cares about me. Like,
Right.
take me home." And she was behind him. And she was one of these really like no bullshit Russian girls.
Okay.
And she was just like, "You do not interfere with blah, blah, blah. Like, it is not your place." And I'm
Right.
like, "I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to steal
That's
him."
funny.
So I try to keep to myself. I'm a little beta cuck.
Do you ever would you see the same guy over and over again and be able to see where he is in his life? Like I picture somebody comes in a suit and then all of a sudden 6 months later they are in sweatpants. And like just one more for the road. Come on.
You have something to say here, Keith?
I'm just curious. I'm just curious.
You have
Do they
that's very
have
specific.
like don't worry, my wife's gone. I've been seeing you for a year, but I'm single now.
I've had one uh, I've had one person that I have an ongoing relationship with, and we're like good friends. I
Okay.
would say it's very, again, respectful, nothing illicit, no judgment, but people do what they got to do. But no, I've never seen the slow progression of a demise of a client.
Okay. Okay.
I think I've maybe seen the same person a few times, but other than like my regular, but I don't know. There's also something nice about going in and meeting new people and hunting for your own mate.
Have you been to what I guess I would call now regular strip clubs? I
Like, have I
mean,
worked there or have I
working,
attended?
working.
No, no, I
Okay.
like to go to them for fun. A couple of them, but no, I don't.
Do you
I
take
like the
notes?
environment. The reason that I do like going is because like it's been a while since I went, but last time I was like a friend of mine, my roommate and I were visiting a friend who was working there on her shift. So we just like popped in to say hi and watch the dancers. And it was cool watching the workings of the room and knowing like that instinct catching up,
Right.
and being like, "Oh, she needs to talk to like sweater vest is going to give her. These guys aren't going to give her
Right.
anything, but like this guy." So I was like, "Oh, it's like a nature documentary,
That's how I would
you
be
know?"
as a waiter, working as a waiter for so long and being in a restaurant. And I'm like, look at this table. There's going to be a big fucking problem in 2 fucking seconds. You'll see. And she's going to have the
Yeah,
problem. But meanwhile,
yeah.
it's about his food and he doesn't care that much.
How
In
long did you do that for?
being a waiter,
Yeah.
this is breaking news.
I don't
He's
believe you. I don't believe you if you say it's breaking news anymore.
easily
No.
15 years in the
Okay.
restaurant industry, at least
You
15
still do
years.
it? You don't.
No,
Yeah.
no.
It's not like stripping where you go in to just have
Just for
interaction.
fun, I'll do it. Yeah, but I
Oh.
I go keep the money. I just want to connect with
You
people.
don't, you go in and you're like, I'm not on any
I
shifts. I'm
never
bringing my
felt the
own
joy that I
apron.
give somebody. Yeah.
Sure, yeah. You've never had someone jizz on your on your time,
And
any
I
of your
said,
tables?
I gave you that honor. Yeah.
Yeah, you should tip me. You should
Right.
tip. Yeah, that is really good carrot cake. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Our food
Yeah,
was
which
never
is
that
also my
good.
stripper name.
We had regular food. Your guys' pie was different. In this Booties, I saw the short
Yes.
that you did. Good job.
Thank you.
And in there, somebody says, "Oh yeah, well, the other lady, your character, tells a woman to go to the front and order a Harvey Wallbanger, the
Yeah.
name of a real drink, but they know that that's code for something, and it ends
Yeah.
up being code for the other ladies could look through a wall and see what's going on in this private room.
Yeah.
Has that ever happened in real life that you know of?
No. I
I don't.
mean, no, I think that I've heard of things. I've heard of, this camaraderie between strippers where if it's like, hey, can you keep an eye on me with a sketchy guy or blah, blah,
Right.
blah. Or like, I used to have a friend and she's like, every time a regular would come in, she would grab me and be like, we're doing a double, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, no, this got very slapsticky. And basically, what we
Right.
wanted to do here was our first draft didn't involve any of the girls. Like, we had a pilot that was like a workplace comedy. The short films are so hard to write. They're so much
Right.
harder than a feature, than a pilot, because the structure can be anything. Uh, but we really wanted to somehow illustrate this camaraderie, this kind of zaniness that happens. And we were like, oh, what is a low lift way that we can have the girls involved without breaking the tension that's between our two main characters in the private room. So we, kind of came up with this almost like Scooby-Doo mechanism where the girls are
Right.
watching through a painting. And we got a lot of like positive feedback on that. People really liked the goofiness and
Yeah.
the behind the scenes and stuff. Yeah. And
At
Harvey
the
Wallbanger is a real drink, by the way.
Sure, sure. I just did you ever have codes like that in real life? Like, hey, this guy looks like Tom Cruise, and everybody knows that means something different.
No,
Okay,
because I do actually, I very much keep to myself as far as working with the other dancers and stuff. I think pre-COVID, I had a couple people whose numbers I had, but right now I keep to myself,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, Only say what you're comfortable with. I noticed this at the end when it had the credits. There was
Mm.
a dedication in
Yeah.
memory of Jack Deloso. Am I saying that name right?
Hmm.
Um, a comic. I understand she was a chef as well. She was on one of the Chop type shows. Um, she passed away recently. Um,
Yeah.
that were you guys close in any of these businesses?
Did you know her? Like,
I
did
knew of
you
her through like Twitter or something, but no, I did
like
not.
before she passed?
Maybe yeah. Before she passed, I
Yeah.
remember funny things on Twitter, and then I
Um,
understand it seemed erratic, and then she passed away. That's all I know.
Yeah, so Jax and I were actually not very close.
Okay,
But the reason that it just kept coming back to her because she was one of the first people I talked to about her experience dancing. First of all, she was one of the first comedians I met when I moved to New York. So she was always this kind of like fixture. Like, she was on the first show that I was on. She gave me, pointers to my first open mic, and I remember there's a line in Booties where it says keep two limbs on the ground at all times.
yep.
And that is based on a real thing that Jax told me,
Oh,
which
okay,
is like keep your foot on the ground at all times, like blah blah blah. And I was like, what is this? And um, in a lot of ways, I feel like I wouldn't have. And she told me, go to Rick's, check out this place, and when I heard how much she could make in a night, I was like, I gotta do this. And
right.
then, we had a lot of similarities with bipolar, and she got me a gig as like an underground waitress, I think right before COVID and stuff. And
Okay,
so I don't know, she passed as I was developing Booties. And I was just like, in a way, I don't think this I don't think I might not have danced if I hadn't talked to her.
Right.
Um, and she was really sweet. She was like a really, you know, zany, eccentric person. But yeah, I don't know, like, and she had this like web series, this like ridiculous influencer character. And there was just something about like the zaniness and the camaraderie in Booties that reminded me of her.
Right.
And yeah, I don't know. We weren't close, and I don't want to like play it off like we were. But yeah, I just like wanted her to live on in some small way.
Do you know how
So,
she passed?
no, I don't really want to like talk about what I do
Sure.
know. But I just think, um, I just think I'm not really sure. Yeah, and I
Okay.
don't,
All right.
yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I like that
Uh,
you conduct interviews like it feels like I'm kind of going to a doctor's office
yeah.
where it's like, okay, all right.
Okay.
And how many drinks per week?
Yeah. Whatever you say, I'm going
Fine.
to multiply it by three,
Yeah.
and I think you do know what happened. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I get you. What's
Mhm.
the next thing with booties now? Do you put it into festivals, that kind of thing?
So we are probably, I would say, nearing the end of our festival cycle, which lasts year and a half. I'm happy to say we started out strong at the beginning of this year by getting a juror award at a film called CineQuest.
Okay.
So that's where we premiered. And technically, that means that we are Academy Award qualifying. So I can
Okay.
submit it for an Academy Award. Is it going to go anywhere? No. Are we going to campaign for it? No. But I will hit that submit button and
Yeah.
be like, damn, maybe some people are looking at this and being like, why the fuck am I reviewing this for the Academy
I'm
Awards?
Oscar qualified. If you could say off,
Yeah.
off, off Broadway, I think you could say
Off,
you're
off,
Oscar
off, off,
qualified.
off Broadway. Yeah. And we actually have our first New York premiere in
Oh, yeah?
October at Chelsea Film Festival. And then
Okay.
shortly after, in the same weekend, I think a couple days later, is going to be the Woodstock Film Festival. So we're really excited about the New York. And then after we have our New York premieres, a lot of film festivals prefer premiere status. So like we can't have a screening that's public in New York before it makes certain film festivals. So after it premieres in New York, we'll probably have like some screening parties and stuff. Like I
Right.
would love to talk to a strip club or some kind of club and do like a screening slash after party there.
And
If
if
only
I
for like the cast and crew.
and if I
But yeah.
get caught on OnlyFans, I could be like, I'm just trying to look up screenings.
Just don't get caught, okay? I don't care if I know people and they follow me. Just don't fucking tell me, okay? Especially if you're like someone's husband or something. Oh, get out of
Strange. Men
here.
are strange.
Men are, it's not all your guys' fault,
What's
but
the
get a grip.
don't tell them that. What's the
Yeah.
best way to follow what's doing with Gracie Canaan?
You can follow me at Save Gracie Canaan.
Okay.
That is my Instagram. That is my TikTok. Yeah, a lot of things. So I'm going to be sharing booty stuff. You can Save Gracie Canaan is also my OnlyFans. If you do follow me, don't be a fucking dick. I'll block you. Yeah, and then yeah, there should be some exciting stuff coming
All
up.
right. Well, this was fun.
Yeah.
It's very nice meeting you. I appreciate your time.
Nice meeting you too.
How do
Even
you
though you totally forged a false sense of intimacy
Yeah, well, that was funny to
here.
me that you weren't shy about not knowing a single fucking thing about the show. How do you feel it went having no clue whatsoever?
No, I listened to like the Mark Maron one and
Okay,
but it's like I don't remember you saying, I don't remember those details about you. Like
gotcha.
I've listened to them to do my homework, but I don't know the lore,
Okay. No, I'm getting
that is
laid. I'm
key.
getting laid.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I got laid this morning.
Oh my
I got laid
God.
last night.
Yeah.
I got laid before that the same day.
You know what we don't say enough? We don't say getting laid, and we also don't say
Hmm.
getting action.
Yeah, I was getting it was a big week of action.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably easily 4 nights of action,
Yeah.
and each of those nights means 3 times within 12 hours. So
Wow.
that is a lot of
Wow.
action.
So what you're trying to say is you come super quick.
I come so fast because I want to fuck again.
Okay, right. You're like, let me get this over with so I can get,
Right.
it's like It's kind of like a appetizer.
Yeah, I can't
It's
wait
like
to
a
see you again. So let's finish this up.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I like that. It's, it's fast forwarding really to it's getting to the good part.
you
We
brought
all
up a
have our
joke.
style.
You brought up a joke about these guys that would give oral and insist on making eye contact.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're like, has this happened that you're thinking of a guy where it's
It's
like,
not so much like someone needs to make eye contact. It's just like I get the ick if I look down and make eye contact.
right,
Like there's something like it never looks good. I know that men like to go down. I know that it's just here's the thing, like all men are kind of gross, period. Like
hey, I get it.
I can even if it's someone that's like chiseled and hot and waxed and all this stuff, like I am baseline grossed out by men. And part of it is like women are very used to and familiar with like the male gaze, right? We're very familiar in being like held and stuff. And I think that's very useful during sex. Like because we like I can say as someone who has, far, 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 far less been with women than I have with men, like it is a beautiful experience to be like, oh my God, this woman, blah, blah, blah. And like,
Right.
even if you're in love with a guy, you're like, ah, what the fuck was that face? It's just you guys are not aware of what you're doing. So it's like looking down and just if you're catching someone like like this, and you're
Uh-huh.
like, ah, like I can't, I want to keep seeing you. Therefore, I'm just kind of gonna like close my eyes and dissociate.
When
Yeah.
have you ever faked an orgasm, then you realize, whoa, I really went over the top, and now I have to match this anytime I do it again.
No, I mean, I still will fake it, but mostly for myself.
What do
But
you mean for
no, I
yourself?
don't like if I know I can't get there and I know there's nothing that other person can do to
Right.
get me there. It's just
Let's
one
do
of those
everybody a favor.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna be and then it's always stressful when you're like, oh, it's just not happening. And then if you're sleeping with someone and they're like, I'm gonna get, like, no, we're gonna stay
Right.
here all night. And you're like, I have shit to do in the morning. Like,
Right.
it's really, are
But
you one of
then
those people? What happens when you're with your girl and she's like, it's just not happening? Or does that never happen?
it never happens. Please. Please. We're grown adults. We know each other and we listen and we care. No, of course that's never happened. But have you ever had to tell a guy like, hey, that move that apparently got me off yesterday, I don't think it's ever gonna get me off again. So can you quit trying that? Because I made up that it got me off.
Oh, I'll just say, like, that happened this morning where I was having intercourse
Right.
and I didn't know, I faked it. And then right after I said, like, when we were kind of round twoing, I was like, I just faked that. And now I actually need, like, it's very clear that the faking it isn't gonna, but I just like said it out loud. And he was like, okay, let's take care of you.
Right. Does he wonder if does he have to ask again though? Like, but this time though, you promise you're good? Does he bring that up?
No, I don't think you should have to also, because like we're both grown adults.
Well, you're both grown adults, but you tricked him once,
I tricked him once, but
five
it's
minutes
less about
earlier.
him and not I just don't think I would do it again. Or if I did do it again, I would
Is he in the room?
I'd be
Put
like,
him
I
on.
just
Put him on. I want to talk to him. This is part two.
no, I have to keep him somewhat anonymous because,
Right.
my
They
love
have to
life
think
blows
you're.
up.
Does OnlyFans have to think that you're single?
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm in a really like, you know,
Yeah.
I don't believe in strict monogamy.
Right. We heard
So even
label.
if I
Who
was
needs labels?
married,
That's right.
like,
Right.
you
What do
have a
I know?
shot with me.
That's right. That's
Mm.
right. Keep trying. Right. You got to
Yeah.
keep showing up and getting the job done. No, of course, she always leaves satisfied, my girlfriend, every single time. And I
Yeah.
assume that she rates it in their diary as well. Yeah.
Right. And she like maybe goes on one of those anonymous like Facebook, like who are you also dating this person? I feel like she maybe goes on like Craigslist and a lot of anonymous Facebook pages and is just like Keith Malley is a fuck machine.
I would
Like she just
imagine,
like,
well, you know how like you do like something exciting in your life and half the fun is telling
yeah.
somebody. So I have to assume she shares it with all
Or
her
like, have you checked your
coworkers.
podcast reviews?
5 stars. I
What
assume
do you
that's
think?
her.
What do you think the only 5-star review?
I think that's her.
Yeah. What do you think makes you good at sex?
Attention to detail.
Hmm.
I bring out a checklist, and as we go, I'll mark it down.
You
Outer
clean everything with a
lips, inner
toothbrush.
lips. I
Yeah.
clean
God,
everything
you
with a
love saying
toothbrush.
lips. Bodies are disgusting.
I appreciate
Stop talking
bodies.
about them.
I appreciate them. And yeah, I find all the nooks and crannies, and I get those
Hmm.
taken care of.
You really sound like you're cleaning an apartment
I
versus
power
having sex.
wash. Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And yeah.
Dyson? Is that what you call your dick?
Uh,
Yeah.
are you on her fucking Facebook? Oh boy.
Yes.
Oh
I'm her
boy.
diary.
I'm a good kisser. I
Nice.
I
Huge.
I don't know how to prove this, but I think I give it an aura when I kiss because as I'm kissing, I'm thinking things in my head out loud as if we're at a magic show and I'm trying to project something into your mind and I'm saying how good your body feels or how much I love you, and that's coming through my lips. Not everybody can do that.
You're not saying, that's a good trick
Nothing
though.
out loud, but I
Yeah.
think the energy is there. Yes.
Do you ever try to like maybe put like a different vision, be like, here's like a prophecy of some,
Well,
you know?
no, but I
Yeah.
was making out once with a woman that swore she was a witch and could read minds, speaking of empaths, and I'm
Mm.
I'm like, I know you're not a fucking witch. That is so stupid. And like she couldn't feel that energy. So it
Here's
made
the
me wonder if she
thing.
really was one.
No, if you say you're a witch, you're not an empath because you're actively bumming people out.
Right?
And
You're an
an
evil
empath,
empath. Maybe they could be bad too.
yeah, yeah, you're like the empire or energy vampire in What We
Right.
Do in the Shadows.
Yes.
You're not, you're like, I'm an empath, so I know for sure that I'm ruining everyone's
I
day.
hate you. I hate
I
you.
am the cause and receptacle. You're like,
Anyway, you had a
oh.
great time tonight. I was telling you I hate you. Damn it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that. I'm
That's
gonna
right.
try that next time I make out with most likely this person.
I
But we
can't.
both talk a lot anyway, so that's another thing nice. It's nice
Mhm.
dating someone where there's no room for interpretation and when there's not a lot of pouting. I
Right.
don't like pouting, I
You're over that?
realized.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I
You're the one?
don't just tell me what, it's
Yeah.
like get annoyed at each other and then laugh about it,
Right.
you know?
You know what? I'm going to call Liz right now. Are you faking or are you? All right. Gracie, what else should the audience know about you? Anything?
Um, I don't know. I guess like mo don't put me in a box of just
That's
sex
right.
worker, even though that is kind of my all the
Okay,
things that
it's
I'm
her
working on right
movie, her old
now.
job, and now on OnlyFans,
I
including the comedy.
know. It
She
just
still has
happens to
other
be.
facets in her
I
life.
box.
She
I do
boxes.
boxing. I sometimes do archery. I
Oh, well.
also game. I'm very bad at it, but I
Okay.
probably will be I bought the webcam. I got the whole setup. So
Okay.
I'll probably be messing with my Twitch and getting
Hello.
that
Are we talking?
started
And this
in the
isn't sexual.
next.
Oh, Twitch is a platform. Okay, got it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll probably
Yes.
be messing with my Twitch
Hello.
in the next like couple months and stuff. So yeah, I'm just trying to, I don't
What do
know.
you
I'm
play?
just finding right now I'm finishing up. I like old games. Like I not old game. Like you're gonna laugh because this isn't really an
If
old
it's
game.
Dig Dug, I'm gonna cry.
I'll give you the controller. I want you to have your turn. That's so
Aw.
sweet. No, right now I really like RPGs. Like I grew up with like Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy. So
Mhm.
right now I'm toggling between finishing up Shadow of a Dragon Tomb Raider, which I really like, and starting Final Fantasy VII, the original,
Do you notice
which
this in
is
those
fun.
RPGs where they pretend that you're changing the story based on what you say? That the choices are always so extreme. It's like, hey, will you help me on my mission? And you can go, fuck off, cuck. Or I would do anything for you at any
Yeah.
time. I'm a bitch. You
Yeah.
ever notice that?
You're
It's
really
like,
like,
isn't there an in between?
I think there is an in between more. It's like I've noticed that with Assassin's Creed. There's some in between stuff there. But yeah, you're right. And it also I don't think it has that much effect on. I
I
mean,
don't think
the big
either.
one that had an effect was which I didn't play. I just watched the walkthrough was like BioShock or BioShock 2 or
Right.
something. But those effects were anyway. But
But it's like, do
yeah.
you want to let this guy know that you're an undercover cop? Yes, I do. I'm the top chief around here, you piece of shit.
And then
Like,
you just like
yeah, you start
you're
shooting him.
like
I'm like, I didn't know that was my. That's what I said.
Well,
I
you
was
know
just
why?
saying
Because neutrality and diplomacy, not fun.
no one's into it,
Not
right?
fun. Yeah, you can do that in your real life.
You know, I
You
did that.
can't.
This is corny. One year Grand Theft Auto came out, and I understand I'm just gonna go around and start shooting people, but I'm like,
Mhm.
how do I make this seem a little realistic? So I stopped at the traffic light whenever you start the
I
game.
like doing that too. I like driving I like walking on the right side of the I do it's weird. I do the same thing. Like sometimes I'll just go somewhere and I don't know if you can do this in GTA, but like in Skyrim and stuff, I'll just go into a tavern and like sit.
Journal.
And I'll just like sit in front of a plate of potatoes and watch like the bard play the mandolin. And I'm like,
I'll wait at the traffic light, but then other cars will start ramming into me because the computer knows I'm not doing nothing, and then I'll get fake road rage and go, well, fuck this town, and then I'll get an
right.
AK-47 and shoot everybody.
They bump into you if you just don't do
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, they make you do something because they're
Man,
afraid you'll
I
give a
feel like I'd
bad
be
review that you're stuck at the
so
traffic light. Like I've
You're
been at
like,
this
I'm
light.
a bad driver. I didn't play GTA, but I played Red Dead. And I always end up being good and like boring. You know, I always
Right.
end up maybe if there's a real asshole, I'll kill him, but usually I try to, I don't know. I
There's
like
one.
the
I
I
think
like the
it's red.
side quests that are like deliver letter to farmer's wife. Like that's my jam. It's
Find
like
40 rabbits.
yeah, totally. I'm like, I don't want to defeat the outlaw
Right.
bandit king. I want to like plant cabbage. Yeah,
Right.
totally.
Well, I'll tell you, this was a lot of fun.
Thank you, Keith.
Now that
I'm
you
glad
know
we
that I
finally got
ask
to do this.
questions, we'll make sure we do it again sometime. Okay.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah. Look,
Hmm.
I just,
And I will
it
allow
seems
you
you
to
like
talk to
me.
me next time too.
Thank you for explaining
Talking.
conversation. Yeah, it's really, you're not the first person where I talk and I say, is this okay? And they go, this is a conversation. And I go, I know, but like, is it? And they're like, it was okay up until you started being fucking weird. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
You're making
where
me
do we go from
wonder.
here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a robot. Okay. It was so great talking to you. I'm so hungry. I'm gonna get something to eat. Maybe a burrito.
Okay.
I don't know. But you're great, Keith. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.